so I can listen to myself. Testing, testing. Yes, I hear myself. And again, it's time to speak up. And I'm using now a Rode lavalier mic. And I'm planning to get the Rode lavalier plus mic. When I bought this many years ago, it was available in America but not in Sweden yet. It's funny with Rode, you could think it's with an O with a dash over it, so you could think it's Danish because they have that letter in Denmark and Norway, but it's an Australian company, what I reckon. So yeah, with that, so I will talk about 3 things again, short and sweet, about tech TV. And thanks again for your storm in the Teapot, Sanebox video call to action. That's the headline. For your feedback and your thumbs up and high five and also awards. So you could again, call to action here perhaps is if you want to support this broadcasting and this platform, you could subscribe to HAPS, download the app HAPS and get 100 coins for free. So you could then give that to other broadcasters. And then subscribe to my channel here. Lyceum is my handle, username. And you could support me. And I'm drinking, as you know, tea. But it's saying there, buy me coffee. And I asked Peter and company if I could change it to tea. But it's okay with coffee. I will drink coffee also. Or hit the tip jar. And you could donate on a regular basis. And you could also do on now and then when you like to do that. And of course you could also send me via PayPal, so paypal.me/ and my last name Lindeskog, Lindskog, like George Lindeskog. So, and reach out to me on Lyceum Peripatos on Twitter. And if you have any questions, you could have a hashtag Ask Lyceum. So said back in the day I had Lyceum, Aristotle School in Athens. It's my Twitter handle for a long time. And then I handed it over to Zachary Davis of Lyceum.fm that are doing audio content and podcasts for the educational arena. So, talking about education, we will have a short and sweet here with my first thing, good life thing. I talk about new media, business philosophy and good life, including tea. So that's what I want to spread the good word about and better ideas. I did this water in a kettle, or is that boiling water, and Electrolux. And then I got another tea kettle that was fancy and no name, brand name, big brand name, but in Central in Europe I think it's a brand, good brand. And there you could have different temperature, like around boiling. And here we have this thing. I am an American in spirit, but I never learned the Fahrenheit system. And I think America is the only country, even the conservative Britain is now on Celsius system, and also the metric system in parts. So how do you convert Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa? But when boiling and everything, it's an objective standard of Fahrenheit also. But here you have at 0, it's freezing point, and boiling, it's 100 degrees. It's pretty simple and easy to remember. But with, I think, Fahrenheit, it's with freezing, it's 22 degrees. And then what's the boiling temperature? Then you have to have a formula for that or remember that. Anyway, this tea kettle had like 100 degrees or before that for black teas, and then you could have like 80 degrees on some teas like oolong, but you could have 90 maybe there also, and then 70 like green teas, and then some between. and it was colorful things. When the water was boiling, it was some LED indicator with different colors, but it was seemed to be very sensitive buttons there. So after only one test, it was not working. And I also wondered about the container there, or the glass container. It looked a bit strange or fishy. So I wonder if it had been already used, or some, as we call it in Swedish, a Monday production item. So something have gone wrong in the factory. Anyway, I will send this back, and this company that I bought it from, Cool Stuff in Sweden, they have a great return policy and so on. So, but I haven't, and that's also things to do. This is not an important thing, but I want to do it so I could get a refund or buy something else there, because it's not working. So I had to send that back. But then it was a deal for Electrolux. That's a famous brand, and it's from Sweden, and an international brand. So I got one. It was original price like $70, 700 Swedish crowns. Now it was $500 or $50, and it's called Water Kettle and EEWA77XXX. That's the number of it. So I will test this pretty soon and do this unboxing and test the different teas, because there you could put the temperature with separation of 5 degrees, I think. So like 65 or 75 or 85, etc. And then also keep it on that temperature, because then if you have a wine tasting, tea tasting, and you're talking, I have one podcast together with Johan Gustafsson, a co-host, and we're talking in Swedish, and it's called produktivitet. It's a made-up Swedish word saying be productive and drinking tea at the same time. So with that, cheers. So right now at episode 123, we're talking, going through the Getting Things Done system by Dave Allen, and Johan is especially showing his great system that he's developed over time, and I'm following along and thinking about my future here, doing that in the new year, the lunar year, the metal ox. And I got recently unboxed my new calendar from Trig Life Mapper, and that's my system, and it's now undated 1-day planner in quarterly. So I got 4 pieces of that calendar, price of free. So I look forward to, and there you have triggers to write down things, journaling, setting up goals, check marks, etc. And I think that's needed for me. So anyway, with tea, so how do you boil your tea, or how do you prepare or brew tea, a perfect cuppa? So the next thing here, it's a call to action, or video call to action. And I have a nice conversation with a representative of Easy Live, and in the future you will be able to book a video call with me and conversation, and there I could also get paid through that system. And you know, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch, as Mr. Highline, the author, is saying. And I think my time is valuable. Of course, the clients and the customers and you as listeners and viewers also, that you have to value your time. And you could also always or often get this picking your brain, and it's a book there called you can't afford pricking my brain. It's a great book. And I have also ventilated that on an episode on Fizzle Show podcast, where I gave out lots of advice for free, and then this person went to somebody else, and I learned from that I had to ask the right questions, how you could go further, and if you confirming, and you say to get the reboot, or not reboot, but bounce back, or a feedback loop that they understood. So with this video call, You could have then a conversation like an exploration session. You could have ask me anything questions. I could show how could you use podcasting and new media in your business for your personal brand, etc. So now it's again the psychology of pricing, what it is worth, and there I have a saying, and I've written a blog post and talk about it on a podcast also, that I want to have a kilo of silver for a half day, 4 hours net time, and that's approximately $150 per hour or 1,500 Swedish crowns per hour. My price will go up if a silver price, as we talked about before, the silver squeeze will go up, and my price will go down if a price of silver will be cheaper, so to speak. And I have it as a symbolic thing and a philosophical thing, because silver is a valuable an objective value. So that's with that. So I'm testing this out, and you will be able to then like book 15 minutes with me or half an hour or something like that. And it'll be interesting to test that, and that will be for my last site, teapot.media. And Jim Johnson is watching with me now. Thanks, Jim. And I want to do a shout out to Jim Johnson of J. Jones Productions. He's the creator of many of my jingles and clients' jingles for podcasts. So Teapot Media he recently created, and I'm so happy with it. It's a disco style, you could say, an upbeat, the party style, party mood. So that's my new jingle and bumper, created by Jim Johnson of J. Tunes Productions. So thanks again, Jim, for watching here on Facebook. So with that, the last thing is the media thing, you could say, and there it's I learned about a service called Sanebox through She Podcasts by Elsa Escobar and her co-host. And now I forgot her name, sorry for that. And there they had the sponsor, and that was Sanebox. And there you have a system like a filter, so you could add it to your Gmail and other things, other systems, and get more sane. Because right now I have several thousand in my inbox, and it gets a bit stressed out. So I will do a session writing down emails that I think is important, that I will save in a notebook, and then I will archive it. And then I will start using this service. It's a subscription service. So I have to pay money in order to do that, but that could be good for my mind to get sane. So here I see now Nita Silverspute is watching me. Hi, Nita. Nita Silverspute has a great podcast called Management Pod, or Podden Radio in Swedish, or Management Studio Podcast. And here I see I could bring them on camera on Facebook. I don't so-called dare to do that right now. I have to probably prep somebody for that and see how that will work, but that's interesting. And again, on Haps Live you could invite guests on this platform, so I'm planning to do that in the future. So it could be experts on new media, business philosophy and the good life, including tea, and it could be colleagues, it could be people in the same field, it could be other things, on content creators on Haps. And here I see here now Serena, I think it's under dash E, Svensk här, hello. So yeah, that was the musician Serena. Watched the broadcast the other day. So thanks for watching, and for emoji there. So with that, I see it's now 14-15 minutes. I think that will be a good session and round for this time. And again, check out next one will be on Thursday. Then I will do a torsdag in Swedish, Torshammer. I will ventilate, I will comment, and I will do an analysis of an article in The Economist. So that will come on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central European Time. And then we will do a tea drinking party on Saturday. and that will be on 9 p.m. Central European Time in the evening, or whenever I feel for it in the evening. So yes, I sing, and thank you for joining my broadcast of other day. Yeah, so we'll see you around. And here I see Doris Loftis is watching you here, so on Facebook. So this seems to be a good time. People are in European time here on the afternoon checking out, and in America they are in the morning or starting the working day. So I think with that I say cheerio and talk to you soon again, and bye for now. And thanks for the like there, Mr. Loftis. Cheers. Take care and bye for now.